This is Will Buchanan reporting for the Walk for Liberty. Today is May 20th, 2008, day 37. We've been watching this flock of Canadian geese feeding. They had been relatively spread out over an area feeding, but when I came out to film them, they all ran away and huddled together around the adults. And now that I'm outside, they seem to still be staying pretty close together, the adults and the teenagers. I haven't been showing this as much recently because I didn't want it to get repetitive.
So it's kind of turning into cool colors. The first blister, I don't know what happened, but it looks red or like blood's in it. And then there was all this white as the second blister developed underneath the other blister.
It's cooled off significantly from yesterday. This is the junction where the road splits for whether we'd take the southern route or the northern route. We've decided to take the northern route through the mountains in Idaho. So instead of continuing southeast through Oregon, we'll be crossing a bridge into Washington State today. If you've been following this video blog for a while, you know that the decision between taking the northern route versus the southern route through Idaho is something that I had been contemplating. I had actually made the decision to go north a few days ago. It's interesting that with that one fork in the road, our experience on this walk will be completely different. There'll be different places we see, different people we meet, and different things that happen to us. Of course, every decision you make takes you on a different path through life. Even choices you make that you might consider relatively small or benign might have effects more far-reaching than you realize. Ultimately, the choice of the path you take in life is yours and yours alone. You might think you're floating along on cruise control in life, not really making choices, but even that is a choice. Ultimately, the responsibility for your life is your own. I'm guessing there's all these stores here just on the other side of the river from Washington because Oregon doesn't have any sales tax. So many people might like to come right across from Washington just so they don't have to pay that tax like they do in Washington. We're about to cross the bridge into Washington, the second state on the Walk for Liberty. As you can probably tell, the winds are really gusty. I had a hard time walking straight going over this bridge that was over the interstate before we got to this next bridge over the Columbia River. Almost look to me like green apricots. I guess I must have been right. the sign outside it said this is a full-scale model of Stonehenge. I find it fascinating how quickly nature reclaims human construction. This is where the road ends. This, if you get closer, actually looks like it's part of the road that sunk down into the ground. Maybe it didn't have a very good foundation. Looks to me like there's a stampede of something running up the hill. I can see now why somebody built those windmills out there. We went 9.07 miles. This is Will Buchanan for blog.walkforliberty.com, signing off.